General. The general. I go for Philu Chromo. Sir. Majibabia. I don't Majibabia. President. Make president. Me Bumaino. And one a month for every home. It's what we are show no. He say, and you may say, Mebano, a Monday, Wednesday, as a Mecasavia, as a trema month for real movie. Yes, sir. Now for movie who we are near for Fraba. And then we are Saba. And also the Abeka Bia. And your friend the Saturday. One by one. You know, na mama journalist for ni bia djuma ah wo moye exactly amo musi council you say ni etua journalist for monko kadechie monko di na trem eh ayi paka wilson o yire pani ade ayi ya biba mo mambio why you say memmo nya djuma so aye say me kan bia no ye beba mo kakra say go after him monko di na trem monya ade one district, one factory. Many me create. It's a journalist for one district. Into 1 week, one factory. General. Now we never see Sunday. Deck. At the picture, never see Sunday. We intellectual firepower. And a mayaba. Makabibi. Also position is saying we are a nation of laws. I was here. Yes, I know. Who my children may magane. Some say a kabi. Namin kabi. Now for a kabi, I don't know where the picture. And then a woman. And also you best say sisune. You bet she has why. Because you say or matter shock. It you best say so. Simsubio. E wo ba ye simso. And then you made bomb so. Onko my yam dadu. Answer sorry. It omo gusu di watem krum. You know. Omoka. Agosia. Omo gusu ka. Omo sika de chena e dai. And your money ready. You na dia no kura so chen dia aba no. Fire. More fire. Deck. Catch you almost said the Eban and a switch and the Aban. Why? I was your and you bedding come on. Etinano, I said, you may catch them was a binding a scam by. The Nipa Bibri Noa, Mona Moyana Mose, and people in the Bukolongo for. It's Yandian the Keda, Yandian the Jamboree, Yandian, hey, what's a hey, you two boy, were your young cool. After revolution for no, I was your. They said, one more yana said, one more fun titles in a good moso. Doctor, a uniade. Emma no by Kui, the Kobe, when himself, yes, sir. Deck. And I know they said you could be here. And Yamia, Yadumi, yes, I can. I know. Yawia, yes, about a typewriter, sorry, a computer, Tanko computer. One also, Yaya, we are paying the end buyer. Nipa bear nine or more and this for Doctor Ne, Professor de Domuswa. Say, Wamunko school Koshian. And also, they are bachelor. Near Busa G Tech, or Moman did say. At 10:23, no, Saturday of G Tech. One moment did say, you know, we are near Busa. Hanina, you be this uncle. Me MPP. Send anu mi dijan gu omuso so hey eno sabo so mo munemu no mani mo mfa me ho o say enko ba bia hey wo hwe ani ade na ye twamada pa ebitimi twamada pa wo mo say wo video so a wo ba fie ha wo be kan ye no ebi wo ho ye baba mo machi enti o kano na wo ni nyansa se wo bo sa videos ne kira da sane dia ani ada sane be hunu se ka de chi no wo ye no korefo if so no na ban mu no what can be manya bibo? None of Yansani. Eh, Bisabio. What is special in a year? No, Yania, dear, what did matter? No, what did matter? No one, and I bring him mono at his house. I went to know. Was me, me, both video shouldn't be a mamma who said, oh, by and some other kind. Na me kan sem ni bi kire mabai na eduru momo de yeso na me ka bi a kire mo dia mo se me kan bi na anu nti se me kan foforo tia mo aban dia be a hypocrite na to hypocrite na se wa dwene ne mo ha kosua on tiase na dwene mo ha papa bi e January eti jetake be kwa akwohwe MPP reforms no aba ye di ho nkomo Frank Davis ni ade Joe say usune say we chairman of the reforms in the bed and almost ye koto aba ne da bay ye beto ne he na ye dane no abutu ye de free soro ba fom ana ye de be free fom akosoro eno nso na se kire ne nkyire mu beba na youth no kura no why ne beto aba wo he why am ne ye makwa mo nso abeka ho am ya to aba ye Cadbury member bia ana say ye bia mu makakra beka ho na ye progressive ye de be expansion de be ni nyina ye be kire mu ha why MPP ni be kire mu ye to aba ne ntem January and October nemra constitution ne kura of the MPP no e de na eka say you opposition yan to aba da bay eno no de wo mu ye no ebu mra so ana emra no an ye di so ye be kire mamanfo na tiase ye koi no ayi coordinators no omo ye dodo say ene ye dodo say na e be ka ho hashi madam se mo ayi ayuba ene ayi adumensam adumens ene ade franka jemensam Bismarck owoso omo amaka Bismarck ayi bipoa ene anti edumo ni ade ewo ayi wiamo ase san ne de be ka ho enkansa boache mo san ne de be ka mo ne nyina ye be kirim Emmanuel Pon ne Charles Boateng mu nyina Dawuta Bre age mu nyina no emo so Kennedy ni ade mu nyina ye be kirim Alimatu ni wono pe no oba wo ye coordinator no coordinators 34 ni nyina ye be kirim na se say no kura no constituency executives no mu ye do say chairman dance school general secretary Israel first vice Anyas second vice ni ade mu ye do say ye de send be ba be ka ho organizer no poku frefre wa ye ni ade youth organizer afa mu ye de send be ka ho research and elections send ye no Frimpong no nkrofo no send ye no Bernard Ajimai deputy youth no send ye de be ka ho ye be chirima mo nya ni nyina wa why a women's organizer why ye ni ade say Cindy wo call ye ni de mod wo no abisi ni nyina ye be chirim ammonya ntiase et mu benya the understanding here
precisely
timamu nko bia why
aha
no mu wie nso a general say na no ni ade mame vice president mame omu and the no say or tonkra ma Donald Trump say ni any ade na owie ye no ana president Mahama nso South African president you call any ade no no so akoka bie any ade ni ewie ye no okuje to ablakwa mirror of justice the true say mirror of justice wo ye ni head of state okuje to the true the head of state wo akosu the other seat ni mo no General eti wono nso no wokoto yini ade na America force dey omo de ban ato Ghana force ana afa no mo consider omo Ghana ni bia ntukwa ma America ebadio ye behwe ni nyina why ya kosie ani ade ye be discuss General ba ku ye na anum ko kan no kura na ye passing comment na mamenka mo say ambulance fo ade no ye nwie
the bitter
ne mom no we no hwe se abu apayo wo mo mpese ambulance asem ye be kan nti no no mo share da koso ba ku nim so mo ye no mo so Sharaf na wako na asem General enu kwa na ye passing comment ana mo ye na ese no mo kan na ko wie se afa de me mmra betum nchene no wo yan ka me jai me ka ye no ye yi no ana Sharaf se wo ye no no kofa yi no wofa ne danso eje danso confidence so mi anamba no
exactly
it wo ye na confidence frame ye ana wo ye se ne danso abiam danso skani no ana wo ye no se ye awrade mpapa na de na me wo fa si afra me se wo ye masere na me se confidence no kura wo ha madwene wo no ne dan wo ye se ne nua ba ne logina eti wo ba no abeka kire me se ja me nua ba ne de yi frame me se wo nua ba me yi na frame na no ba no say me wo fa ase no so say wono no wonka wonti me ya na say ne wo fa ase no so kami afa mi yi wo fa ase afiri mu a de me ti ya ne say we sori a ye bebo na wo ka bie wa ne be se nam se da bi enwrenwra de ha ya fa ba edi confidence so de o ye no wo fa ase de wono nya me target na imum ye busa governance ho asem why we ye governance President Mahama ne kofa code of conduct the ma ministers. Na code of conduct ye musa so no awodi so. Na the family members ne mu. And ye be dis an come into details. Says ye to abama obi a so membu man a. Na the family members ne mu ne ya ne ato abama the family members no ana. Ekufa do be ye. Na enye. Ene jo Mahama ye. Me ye musa questions. Na mo adwene ye adwuma ni. Obi antimi hwenu obi a. We ye boxer na so hu ode a. Koko we need titles magana. No.
Tell them.
Let
them know.
Say you can't boxing the abetimi akabi. You can't be got a chain for some boxing. Now you can't soldier for some beer ye. You can't police as some year. You can't economy once a year. Then we drew boxing there. Market a chain kabi. More for boxing in Kosia Azerbaijan. What do you mean kabi? Kosovo, Costa Rica. And what namen kawasam. Be within the nation the American wasam. What? I will never be any hope. Mopa Munimatim Gosia Adibate. Me, everyone near them did.
Oh, fire.
See, the Abedia no so come into detail. Anthony Joshua no quiet in the baba. You're just saying. Na Sharaf no. You say 2024. Where ye be? Ninja be this uncle. The moon tremor muti be near there.
Fire.
Nambanyan someone so as our home.
Oh, fire.
General. Resume. Moon resume.
Yohani no.
Yohani.
We said there are two mubio.
What they are two?
Say can say abayin de kontumpo abayin.
Kontumpo abayin. I was there. Settings abayin.
Can we ene ochina ne aka me bi foforo.
Tientie Yohani. Yohani sempa. Etredu. Chichemu dunso. E wona John se de yenti.
Danny.
Russia and Ukraine's war has also featured prominently on the list of excuses. The Russia-Ukraine conflict cannot possibly be responsible for the suffering we're going through.
A few moments later.
Despite the work we have done in stabilizing the economy, Ghana is not immune from the shocks of global events. Recent events in the Middle East, which involve an exchange of missiles between Israel and Iran, have started to escalate crude oil prices dramatically. I've asked our Minister of Finance and Minister of Energy to keep a close eye on the development and model the possible impacts on our petroleum prices and prepare measures to protect the recent gains. Russia and Ukraine's war has also featured prominently on the list of excuses.
When you President Mahama, a war opposition, and was the MPP for you so Russia-Ukraine war. I say, economy no yes, Russia-Ukraine war. No, was why I tro, yes, I know. Yes, sir. A tro, and your GND, and your Trobamano. No, by no, so the 5 months a year economy a young bidder. It in Kwabaji 1 a year is a city, and your 2 liter biaso. And then Israel. And Iran. One more Eden to Kwasumu. No, sa war na e wo hode da na beba. If say no ne history. Say maybe a twemo. Israel for ne Hamas ne hwan. Wo mo ntokwa na Israel for susu say Iran for share Hamas for no. Echi. Almost sponsor money ade. It is hard they will go after them ne dey keka. E bin so a kire say sa war no trade war. If say be Israel no strategically. There is a trade route and I know America for always want to have a hold of it. If there's America for any control of the Middle East, a China ne be a problem among and it's way be so China for Iran for Russia so tilted towards Iran and America tilted towards Israel. And somebody they be bring and say better than to missiles and and John Mahama say, despite all the measures we've put together, Ghana is not immune. Hey, Nekufado they know you're immune. Nekufado pension there. Russia Ukraine war na njimi nyadwuma. Nemo Iran. But from abebo. Ama akokotru ehwada ho. Why? Akokotru mbeda ho. Why am from abebo? From abebo pa. Ana we ni so we crude oil no. Agoja baron a free 62 no. E kosoro. Ya ka kire o mse nyi o mu na ate fuo bia so. Adwama so no. Fuel price ne ba from to I think $62. Na enyina ho a it me ba from. E bi ba 42 nyina de. Ana it me kosoro. Na kosoro a e be increase the price of fuel. The government and fund to so dia na ye scam scam aban
Precisely.
or ye propaganda.
Exactly.
If so onya save mo. Now okay, you are increasing fuel price on the world market. But then again, we are not going to increase it in this country. What it presupposes means that there's going to be a gap. Our more watching a yarn it's propaganda. World market price of fuel, a crude, a kosra, as a to me affect here. And I'm quite why? Yamina Maker. War no so Iran a major a oil exporter. Major oil exporter in the world. And Russia so a major time when to see Russia and Ukraine. Now or more a major producer of oil. I said the Iran so a major producer of oil in the world. Jamaica just say it's to see Iran. It will affect a world production of oil. And the way after there will be scarcity. It is scarcity, no demand and supply. When there is more demand than the supply, prices will automatically skyrocket. What let me say? Economics, some call you cool and fantastic one no, yes, a demand and supply curve. No. When there is more supply than demand, then there will be a price reduction. And when there is more demand than supply, then prices will shoot up. Yes, I know. To your draw when one near your curve, when they say near the Inabishia, maybe a price and a supply. Yes, sir. Mekainina, who cast the cool and a cherry. I was sir, my bendy, my bendy, woman, hinty, Omoyano, Machiamopa. Eddie, you may preserve my dear, what trust in our wasem on Cano Crep. Nana history near Samumbiana and Saniako. Okay, so general, one more year no mubusase. Now, when you know, I would dig in a bay. Machira, one more chira. Now, all you know, so, while he was higher politics, General, the amount for him, no moon and they say, the Omafa who dear bell crew, a frabro fonsel, and your woman come on a chassis. Tia de make yi na munsia na munhunu on padisia munsia mo amone mo nananom ntrase me nto by the fireside nkyeremo mo so buku nso mo mfa bi nkan timoti wi ase ye den wo so de yokohene na yokohene no kwa ne sei general ye ni ade no ena no history me de mo mo ne se 1948 na ayi osu alatamanche ye friend ni kobna boni the third tia de make yi won no na 24th February crossroads. Tie de make yi. Wo mo ye no. Asojafo a wo mo call Second World War kokon ye. Na ayi Britain aban no e promise wo mo se. Se mo kokon to kwana mo ba. Ye ba mo early retirement ni some benefit. Afi wo mo kwa bomba ye Britain aban no atia governor na mfa mo mo. Ana wo mo nante so wo mo call ayi ni ade. Wo mo kwaje wo ma de castle. And on the 24th February crossroads shooting. Exactly. Cooperative, private or that telamti, and the sergeant ajeti, the mountain and Kanyade. And one more a wee, you shoot two or more wee. Like Chenier. Now, Hina no osu alatamanche. So, what the word awam? You can't be awam. What be that? Yes, I am awam. What be that? What yassie? What yassie? Asian say, awam ne stand for a year Association of West African Merchants. Awam Association of West African Merchants. Exactly. Na 1948. Na omune control a year trade route a free by UK ni adeba. And omo yes omo be stockpile a year product. They kind of hoarding no. It omo hoarding na prices cost. Ni nyina ka ho bi ma ni kobna boni the third. Aye no se ye boycott a European product. It omo ye what in 1948 riot. We incited the masses against a West African merchant. Exactly. And no didn't talk about. Sa a year 1948 riot no. And no the lead yama man for the share asking for a year independence. You form UGCC. I didn't know Muabe ye CPP. I did new Kobnaboni the 10 no ye in it. And what year politics here. And there must be a hine. Ironically, when him said no ye Osuala Tamanche Yinano. When him said no said he what Techimai. Now he never know Techimai. Let them know. No, or ye Yokohino what Techimai. Unshiadie. Now for Masaba Yokohina make us some chiremo. Most why Yokohina was a bedi a politics here. Ewa abra Yokohina and a mamma far who dear by. techima yokohene ni kobena boni the third if san kranfo ni dia jade enti no obedi na nane ma me free techima a oye yukuni be ka kire am say yukufo ni aduane obi aye anuan ma monyini afi obi odi osu alata manche no o say di yukohene wo techima na me di yukohene wa asante agona wo so ntiase me de ma yuko ensu free dwabe hini ye menua ana me de kwa agona me na mua ni ade me kwa hwe na mba na yesi unsua amamra ni amania ne tetense munsua uwia na atwa madapa na madwene ne ntesa wudie no me bai me beye de obi anye to ye hene yukohene de mia na medie na do ma hene o paduana hene wo ye doma o efisa doma na ye kuro ana ye ni ahenie nkuro obeye ye so obi ye kontire unsua de obi ye jase obi ye yankobia etimo madwene modwe se no ni ahenie eye war formation precisely ya kokon ne ye form ye no fe yase ne ye form ye ti yaka so obi yankobia onko ba bia won hwe fie
educate them
yaka so obi ye jase a won ne nsafo ne nyina hini ho ayanfie ho kura no ne yaka so obi ye nifa hene so ye nifa hene dia ye kokon ye the right wing of the war
precisely so
ana so obi ye benkum hina or ye the left legend of the war
exactly
ana obi oye konti se bantama hene wo ye konti eno mo ya mo se kontire ye nka kontire ye konti na se tutu ya babio odi kan ba ye no ana one bantama hene wo mo ono ne ne ko ye kosom ye amankwatia tia wone ne ko fe yi ase ko ye kan se denchira kosom ye no mo ko akwamu no mo da wo mani o mo ba ye no one ne mienu nyina no nua mada ne nua anu wo kokon na sata mo kosua akwamu ne de nkyirafo ne wo formation ni ade nyina anu wo bo bantema akonwa ma no se saade ne wo no ekon ne ntima bo akonwa ya ma wo kwa wo de anumfo 300 anum asamwa na edi anim anu wo de wo kwa anu wo de wo ma asafo de enti asafo hene eya akwamu hene wo fa sante no iti kasa akwamu ne ye so ha na mom chamo ase tutu ko asantememu akodi ade no ana akwamu hene emma anum asamwali 300 soldiers leadi ye koye na sabi akwamu fo ne ade no no mo tensa wo ni dipa ne nyano ase exactly nyano ase ensa wo mu dipa no no nsua de wo ye ne ade nti doma hene kura medical ka kire mo anya bunu ni me ka asemu ya monte wo tete bunu ni asante ntam nyina doma hene anya bunu ni ne nya bunu ni kina dabi wonye bida me ana mpapa no efisa do ma hini ni nuane akomu hene na so ye bunu ni dia da na ni nuane akomu hene explain do ma hene wonya bunu ni se wo ye bunu ni dia anka ye da na ni nuane ye agugufo aduanafo do ma hene ye bunu ni dia e da na ni nuane kumawu do ma hene ye bunu ni dia e da na ni nuane asumanya enti etukotena wo ye ni ade no se wo free akomu no anu wotene ya baby a ne kumase mo frɛ ne South Central e ho no obetena woni kwadwokuro mu hene kwadwokuro mu ne ye cultural center kumase cultural center wo mo ye ni ade no mo ne doma hene ne tewo obiri ye bu awuo ne ba ye na doma hene tu ye ene so okotena wo mpem na wamunsuo a da bono ne pam mu no okotena ti wo mpem no otete ho an wa build doma amana ye kese eti okapa dia doma hene ni nchiri ni akwamu wonye bununi ti wa ya wo tete abonofo ni asantefo ntam ni ade maka kire me papa munya na semara abonofo mu ni asante nka mu ade me papa wo ebia wo pa bono nso ne so adi enti ne asi asati we versus them na bono fo no mani di so hene na nso ono ade onye bono ni wono de won kan bono ne won kan honkura wo ya kwamu ni na do ma hene ya kwamu ni exactly yes wo ifra kwamu I make catch history no me chira na do ma hene nya bono ni
bomb history
eti wonya so wotete yi ni ade enti general ayoko hene ne de yedi ye bedi ne ne ye bedi ne china na ye omso na himfie wei enti se okọ ayagona se ye wa himfie kakra kasi wo no na ade achi a jasen so wo na himfie na nkọ bia so wo na himfie na kontre wo na himfie mo adwene mu ha o I'm not your regular guy. Don't be doing these things with me. General, a scientific training first na yenso and they say abeya nwotwe na history no da bia memamo why ye wo country e wo jase ye say ni ade ayokofo pe ana kan ho fire nti munyimfiri wo Yanko reforms no. Omusua de ana omu di atem. Dek omusua na fo no aba na dwene ha. Omusua. History no minimum history. And the people without knowledge of their history is like a bird flying without a tree to stand on. Eventually they will die. Let them know. Munim baby amufri ba na meda hu baby amoko. Say ye na munim baby amufri ba dia. Akamba hu no say akamfo ni nyina ya de ba ko. Na politics no ma sha ase echiche mu. Na mfanteni asante wontokwa. Ana mfanteni etachimai. Skafo na mu wo akan state ni mu no. Mo sha ase organize matches. Be kan akamfo na bom. Na munya kwasesem no.
Exactly so.
Ti yanko. Why if you are Schwarzenegger, also what the secret at 2 abonte. If you are no be asuma. Me and me nuaba no masuma. Also who cry hard gwendo. Why you say when you walk agona ni ade. Obi asuma se bebo de. Sister. If you also come in papa o. First me no anadwo bi yakọ ayi akramo no. Ya niam bi wo ho ni ade na afia na ya somsem. Edu ba bi ana na adwene no nso. Nso ye de awunua no no afa ne sa. Adwene ne nye smell. Average no ayenko women MPP for reforms no. Ya baba Sharaf asem so. We will still talk about it.
Exactly. So,
Dek.
No amount of intimidation.
Apu. Eti MPP no say aye dey. Ya the reforms aba. So currently, Osha MPP
call
yewo a polling station and yewo electoral area. Now polling stations in here baby aye to aba so wo su polling station. Baby a me metuma aba wa ya afija sechere east. It may you so afija sechere east. Na constituency. Na me de akere mo de yesi ye ba be ye. Now currently no yewo a 152 polling stations in afija sechere east. So fa wo so e de ko de wutabre e de ko wiamuase kona odumase asaman akrofon so jamase e de ko bepoase buanim ni nyina wo kamba mu a police stations mako 152 now sa police stations 152 no now kodru police station bia no a e ye nipa num ana ye yi omo so omo ye police station executives chairman hwan ni ade ni nyina. And the MPP force wa mudi nipa mienu beka ho e wo police station it can for if just actually east for instance a police station be a nipa 5 it's 152 no it will give you a figure of 760
precisely
police station executives ni nyina now you police station executives ni wi a omo ba omutime to aba ni beni ade electoral area coordinators it will fa electoral area no say Agona West no Alhaji Hashim Adams ono wo ho ofa be pass new tower yes Ayuba ono so e wo ho dome Dumens ono so wo ho bedumase Montreal wo koduru wa mo so Kennedy ono so wo ho Foria manfo mu nyina edi se Kwakudua wo mu nyina edi wo fa sa electoral area coordinators ya obeduru afija se kire Easter 34 but I know say other constituencies were more or less you went free so na make masembra yi free so na bra Dabi yi na bra. Eti o ye ni ade no. Omo ye over your friend say 34. Now a year one coordinator to one electoral area. Eti ka de be kan one 34 plus a 760. It will give you a figure of I think 794.
Precisely.
So by and large, these were the people that vote. And so now what the constituency executives, you know, say chairman, ufa chairman, chairman down school ho. Now what ba first vice anyas. Now what ba second vice. Now what ba secretary I can say Israel. Now deputy secretary wo mu nyina no wo mu ho. Yakubu Halidu. Wo mu nyina Habila assistant secretary Habila na yes ana poku frefre. Wo no ni ademia na menu adimosi. Wo ye organizer. Eti wo fa sa omo maka no a. Say deputy organizer. Amembu akofi general na make kan ho asem o mamu amen. Enwa mamu ofunti poku ya baba to aba. Odwane ko UK ko pa bibi bedi.
Precisely.
MPP abekan wa say na we engrophobia o mo say me ba MP wa yi if you just search East nti o ma sha say me video say me kan sem bi na no ne ade na de me kan no mutie ya nkan say ge aduri
Debi wo ni
na me kan ni wiem
Debi
ana me kan man sam ne me ana me kan dem kan e bia nso me ana me kan
fire
Eti general, oya no your assistant secretary, your organizer, deputy organizer, your youth organizer, we could do alpha. Alpha is war rim kola work your money a year rim kola is any human do ye war shine it one any deputy any idea any women's organizer and you say so Cindy ya to abama no amemo fo ye ya nhwo mu yenti ono so you can okoya okope bie as say ye dia ma mod mod de hweso one sekina no mo ye na de mo hweso yani namuana waba a year research and elections that is from Pon and Crawford and son waba a year a treasurer Nana Kwaku financial secretary ni ade and no never ma 15 17 in number and the MPP so more increase no yabehwe it's now what they are doing is that per every polling station instead of a year 5 member per polling station only 2 making 7 so the figure will now move away from 760 to 1064
exactly
now we no free the coordinators now no 34 say Bismarck mo say Frank James and Bipua Bismarck Bipua wo mo nyina no yi omo free ho na ko mo 34 and ye the 44 beka omo ho it per every coordinator electoral area bia no ye the nipa 4 e beka ho so say oya nipa 4 per 34 coordinate a year that means it will be 5 per electoral area.
Exactly.
So electoral area biano, multiplying by 34, it will give you 170.
Precisely.
We are trying to expand the electoral college.
Expand it.
They make what I say. After we are, Yabama Kwaima, a former DC, former MP, former constituency executives, and no more hold the positions in the party. If says will be by here former DC, will be by here MP. Now after ye free wa, who's only say need decision making in the party here. It is wrong.
Precisely.
Obia by here constituency, police station executive. After ye free wa, what's ye taking decision with the party? One can hold the it is wrong. It's your friend, Yabama Quine. I'm a sankrofoni in Abeba. It will first just search East constituency, for instance. Yadwamina Babekamwa. It will give you a figure of about let's say 1,500 to 2,000 people.
Precisely.
Whereas in the initial stage, you will be dealing with about 800 to 900 people by and large. Now from 800, when it is expanded to about 1,500 or 2,000, it is believed that it's a limited expansion, but included in decision making.
Exactly.
You make what I say. If you say an MPP for so much reforms in urban, General Fansafa we Now, the electoral college will move from polling station executives of 760 using Efijasechere East constituency as the yardstick. Now, Omodia call a year 1,064. Then they will move from a year coordinators of 34. Now coordinators now about 170.
Precisely.
Then we are former DCs, former MP, former constituency executives, former police station like so it will really expand.
Exactly.
Now, as to whether or not these reforms are what we need, or we need mass expansion, and one repercussions, financial constraints. So far, I am in agreement with it for now.
Precisely.
But as we progress, we must be able to have every card-bearing member of the party given the opportunity to decide.
Exactly.
But you see, and you need a database, and you pentamwa yeni idea. General, we no free wa. Almost one of the reforms are deba, and it's a more miatuaba entem. Now, Matisse be no more years. Yebeto national elections, ni yato regional, ni yabeto constituency, ni yazo topsy turvy. That means ye tene adiania. And only no correct. You decide this. Omo decide this. So I am pene. Tie de make ye. You decide this. No omo decide this. So I am pene.
Exactly.
Ye form for ni am pene. If said the entire empire say munya to national organizer, to national general secretary, to national chairman we and some year to police station when him so be beyond or be controlling the whole process out to the last member. Let me come say. So we come biodia, or we control this process. And we don't want a situation where the party will be living in the hands of the bourgeoisie. The party belongs to the people. So we must let the people decide. It no the no correct. We decide this. Communication no also say we must you better national, ni akoto regional. We must be nya e maso. Bibia sanso ni ho. The mom the omo decide ne say. Canada Japan ne ba womia ne branch champion ne kwabena Japan. Wo mo nkrofo ne kontokwado do party nsu yakọ akọ aba yanu su biri yeye hey eno kure yanu su biri yeye agoja defeat was so massive. So we are not in ordinary times. We need extraordinary measures to deal with extraordinary times.
Exactly.
Now this is what we are doing. Ya pese mu jan to kwano Jennifer Pong wo peka ne dinti wa ko na ayi your friend say Kofi Ofosu wono so pe ba umianti woni Jennifer ne ko ne ade ani ase munya ne yanyi anu mfiri wontem na constitution no MPP constitution no dia kire ne say you opposition dia ye beto aba not later than 2 years 24 months.
Explain.
Now you beto aba Ghana da bay ye beto bio 7th December 2028 the constitution say you betimi ato a presidential candidate not later than it betimi aye ne betimi aye china na momani kwan say 7 December 2024 2026
exactly.
That means what breach constitution it's in another than Kokufado time aye ba opposition in 2008 by 2010 years you know I think August 2010 and ye so October 2010 or so ye no so benya ample time dia campaign it we the omo ye enye news we see Anton intem me omo ye adwene say be ya kan Japan supporters ba omia supporters kwabena Japan supporters we be ja ntokwa no amo titi party ni here no de it we see December 31st January 31st ye be to be yi presidential candidate me no omo ye adwene sa de awie na ye be dane de anya no kore e maso ne maso kina enti ye nkonkoto ne ntem do be lusu ne ni so ate ne wan do be wi ni nso ne agya waka omu nyina bom na munya ntokwa bebre no
Bruce Lee
Gobi general sawa it's sunny ye no reforms ba konso say youth organizer position no first na would me di 39 kura no adi ene wo so mo ye free ho na wo mo di about 35 na wo se bi kamu yi we me ko kabma mo na menyai 35 no say national youth authority no the definition of youth say 35 from 15 to 35 na youth na NDC for no mutimi ya no pare adokura be youth awo mutimi ya na yenti and there we MPP ni ba ko wo ye ne say ohene say ye makwa mo pare ado ye youth organizer ni akofo obi a wonya yi ni ade am so ya no de enka no kure ba same okube ye youth organizer no na oni 35 eti ubetimi aye adwuma wa bra oni 35 wonnim ya onim yo eti we 35 na omo mbeto ba ye youth organizer no se wo album ni mu nko ade a na wonnim fie 35 wa ubetimi atobi sa so na se wo ye women's organizer wo bepa obi a ye oba wo album ni so bia na betimi atobi eti regional no say regional elections obi a wo region ni mu bia wo so wokoto aba say youth organizer no obetimi atobi so long as I win the 35
precisely so
omo wie no say reforms ni me say Tescom ye be man Tescom for no first na Tescom presidents nkwa na eto na afen ye be ma Tescom patrons abeka ho etu fa Ashanti region for instance they are about 64 or so 62 Tescom ni ade na concerns Ashanti regional youth for any reason and it says o makwan if the Tescom no obi o ha o free sunwane and o be school kumase and o be Tescom president and the patron na afen o ba 8 months pen o be sa akoni fie wo si de bo no mra me decide ma manfo na ete wo eno na o mo hwe ni ade ba yen hwe ni anya se betumi bibia fa why now the reforms are there yeah expanded name of see ya done in the say obi beto national ansani abe eno dia anya adwuma agosia ya be ka dia say eno e form for ne yempene yempene reforms by and large these are the major critical reforms limited expansion say ye be any idea afa yanto presidential candidate ade ntem it is not in breach of any law because already the law is there so we are following what the law says okay the law of the constitution of the MPP says that not later than 24 months except that when Frank Davis moved the motion per the constitution of MPP whenever a motion is moved say it must take 6 months preparation it will show moving of the motion 6 months in January it one movie sank yanya no December nanka bibia anko but the mrane man ho kwan sa it mrane de akọ January tiafe January ni nyina akohia ni ato aba one be winie party A party B General Secretary what the release aba ai it we no ayi wo moye the Joe Wise committee no say Joe Wise na be ni ade and ya form wo mo committee say wo mo na ebehwe so am ya yes an yema nyina aye mo me antu ni mfiri why ya wo be wini abewini unwini nso unwi ya ma 10 years kura unwi unwi ha deck ya ma 10 years kura unwi why unwi be wini nso abewini these are the critical major reforms precisely and yama mienu ehia pa electing of a year the can say presidential candidate exactly and this I beto abada no ade ne mienu national officers yama mbako monto eyin ntem presidential candidate ntem ebom say ya dane no aba beto national kosi form ne de enya adwuma ne enya adwuma chena if Samuel Sadia, do be winning national chairman, or ambitions will be control the whole party. So, no than call for Shemwa could see the last end. Tidebian we better transfer for 15 years. Yampanesa, Shuabo Bonuti, the Yampanesa, and the Yam train. Why? Deck. Yamon primary sin the uncontempt. May we say, boy, yeah, they comes in the Binia, comes in the Mobile, when you campaign. Why? Candidate Tony munya tem de na monton fast you know amechia dumens Jamfi Isaac Jamfi mechia Boachi Isaac so mechia Alima to Sadia mechia munyina adwuma moye Frank mechia munyina Frank Jemensa de bia no twapon kuna oyayi ayi antiedu we amoaso wana no me coordinator ba ko ayi General Mosquito we are moase wo ye me kodu a me kosera me ne antiedu mo ne yi ne koyi nti mechia munyina mo ye adwuma nso teacher constitution we are moase ono so ye adwuma ono se wonye coordinator ba de adwuma wo ye no no de nti o se ai nana kwaku ne na se munyina mo ye adwuma mo nyere mo ho you know ayan sori wo na yanko hwe G-Tech insasa na yanko emrani mu emra set G-Tech eye act 1023 precisely ye ka act no a eye se wo shamra wo parliament na parliament shamra de toso ye tie ka se we bia act 1030 act 1023 that means the 1023 law ya pass Ghana's parliament it will forbid say 1994 act 494 act 49889 there's a emra toso 494 it will forbid to say criminal and other offences act 1960 yes act 29 that means emra Ghana share here toso 29 no say be alpha act 25 the companies act near there emra toso 25 it's emra Ghana share here from 1969 yenya efa ahodi no ebesin ne the toso 1023 emra set up G-Tech na G-Tech no madwuma ne say yanko ne yanko hwe da dani enye we yanko the functions of G-Tech under section 7L famiko section 7 no answer na ade maba 36 near the criminalization of ade no ye can say tanko computer moye yati kwoma monko school enya hwe it is how the doctor so we professor so we dey yo emrade say so ko school na nya sa title exactly afa me ya bedu ba bia ndc fo sori wo bia de bitu no so tanko computer ni ya dani ya ntententem you any free so na fa the other the right in bra afa tanko computer and what dia base wo ye doctor ana GTech atworo krata command say fatanko computer beto so ene omo ma ye ni ade na yesi wo munyi title ndisi fo no a no omo sesa honorable ne doctor ne ade go mu so mo nko school ajobo so ko ma fo ana GTech atworo krata na yenhwe so far enipa GTech atworo krata dani follow me ansa ne akomra na kura follow me yenhwe nipa GTech Dr. Tanko computer wonye doctor babia according to GTech if the GTech ne wo eye tumia ebeka kire o say ye be read mra no what the constitution says so GTech atworo krata e dia common crofo bi say munya mo doctor ni use it's one ko school na nyai to be a doctor you must have studied for about 3 to 4 years and son why a doctor by book now doctor no so you better so medically you must have spent the time of about 7 years as a medical doctor mo dia mo nko bi ko ya no download your free network so e web so
download this
wachi chere djuma so a me Dr. Tanko computer obisa no say kinsu no kinsu no wa hia ya hwa ye hu kinsu no wa hia ono pa ne ba bia kinsu no wo o say online so yakwa hwe ye no achi ya no kreti ayi na ye be hwe say ye criminal act na per act 1023 section 36 no ye be hwe say ade no Dr. Tanko computer here no does it border on criminality and even in failing of forms that's how the question say your doctor e wa bra wonye doctor oko criminal and other offenses act 1960 anymore you were forgery you were defrauding by false pretenses it is a wonye doctor said your papa according to GTech wonye doctor and so was your doctor ni yenye whole minister of communications mo yes akwaya agudie there is only one computer
just look at
then if you get a video no Sam George very irresponsible character yentie Sam George very irresponsible character
there's only one computer with a PhD or no PhD there's only one MP there's only one computer with a PhD or no
PhD. Such an irresponsible comment coming from a whole minister of state.
Precisely.
When Obia would demand for any, say we know your gift for say dear boss. Now what that man for on your doctor so your doctor. No man for any raise questions or they can't be catching a man for no class or we idiot for questioning him. And for a minister of state who should know better, he says that there is only one computer, whether your doctor or your doctor. We have brought a democracy in the governance so low that people are no more held accountable for their actions. Obit me that man for no on your doctor, also your doctor, and we get a minister of state endorsing such impunity.
Precisely.
Impunity.
Them.
Say whether PhD or no PhD. So that means the arrogance of power. Just a man for a question, no. Or me and Kwasiafo. Yes, sir.
Fire.
You know, man for a Kwasiafo. So more question, no. So your doctor now, when your doctor. Yes, sir. And these are the people leading us.
Precisely.
And so I'm saying, exactly. What can you be true about? Tanko computer, on your doctor. Daniel Fe, young for Mama Cano, when your doctor, no GTech actual moment. For more picture, but 1 year. One more picture, 1 year, Coco, you paid in so General Sandman. I was your first never better. Afe ye say afe papa yi Professor Adum Ofori elected one year professor GTech na mo pay professor ne doctor no mo ko school no dek mo ko school
Amuko so kwanso anu mu say
mo ko so kwaso adai
amuko so kwanso anu mu aba
o ma download the ato mo professor when so honorable Dr. Desmond de Graft pay to say there one year doctor GTech say one year doctor onya yusu what the shine yusu nyina wo what pe campaign honorable doctor nyina wo de che so na wan ko suku a we so ye na akoyo ono so MP for Wutu Senya East ono so ye say na doctor no de ato no so say Dr. Felix na akoyo e wa bra onye doctor GTech so wonyi then this di asemo a
expose them
anya by force shortcut aban wo mo download the doctor na sa won ko school ko he na akoyo GTech so wonya yusu
expose them
Danny for last one bra wonya sa ne mai Tanko computer. And now no ba kunso doctor ya oba ya your man body. What your doctor so a doctor. Then this muko suku nu wia. Ebe ye day. Ora Collins that way. One cast why a doctor baby. And so Collins that they are competent enough. Let me hold the portfolio, sir. A minister of works and housing, minister of this year. By force says or your doctor. Metia me doctor. Me ko kasa be a doctor. We make Kenya, they say me we me masters no. Na me frère me yonku bi de say je nyumo. Na me ye na me say, wo hwe. Dennis, me nko ye me doctorate na me nko sua law. Every Dennis anu anu di matter say kan kwasi asem nkyere. Na what honorary lawyer da. So honorary doctor dey dey bo. Na honorary lawyer what be da. Eti ko sua de ntimi ma honorary. Apa. Na we me call kakra no. Hey, law ni na fo mo. Na wo sua ka me ye ajai. Na me frère me yonko ba ko. Na me yonko fo de o munyo ma adwene nyewu. Me frère kwaku sise kyere. Na me kwaku dia na nyame jai adisua na no den do no be say na ya call from time to time na me so me call from 5 to anajo 9 no say ntu jai a sa 5 to anajo 9 da bia no de be ye dan ngwase ase bia na de beji ba ko tena ba bia atwa bi I guess so nemo mamenka was a uko 5 years in the beba nemo eba the result of say otu asoko and say be for lawyer and say the result of say one to us one ko and say bia no arensa ma kidney say it is the choices you have to decide exactly and I'm saying to us on makwa ampani ampa ye wura mu no aka 1 year ni ye wi enti monko school ni bi o man ko bi entom bi se kadachie nko bi kadachie nso ko bi pa hey let them know hey makobi o baby biti bonso adi edi general we say ni ye call level 300 in the law gempa law you be wi enche ti monko bi na munwie downloading no na GTech war the mandate say oko section 7L of Act 1023 and if I make one read this section 7L of Act 1023 near share the criminal aspect of adiano and people must be prosecuted exactly so people must be prosecuted then your first never 7L no now already a year Act 1023 no 7L make be done project and term na you read na you want some bebreka you want some bebre sir you know and I want for no amano ni nyina ho your first Danny project ni ready now section 7L of Act 1023 Danny said yanko the one project in me ready ewo na ye na fa de no to so na so kura Daniel no so on senti na no nkrofo cast wo ye NDC ni no twa kakra akwaje bribe o eti be read 7L no Dani project yanko so de ato so wo de ama no Dani ana men ma fa nto so we de mse je Dani o Dani we de anyawa ka bi de asebo show Yebeko 7L near ready a year 8L near Dinina. Danny? Okay, maybe I told you project near reading Yanko. Now already at 7L of Act 28, section 7L of Act 1023. Or say the regulatory functions of the commission, which is GTech, include to verify authenticity of all certificates, diplomas, and degrees upon request. The functions of a GTech, maybe a mature criteria. As what authentifies authenticity. Say you a Tango computer. What say where you know your doctor for a certificate you call your doctor Nebra Fabra. And only a man in a chair. Now, Oko 7 section 8 of Act 1023. Then he projected section 8. No, media to see he projected. Na Yanko. Section 8, Nese, Tienio, 84D. 84D say the commission is responsible for the accreditation of Na Ebra 4. Or say the commission shall A, that is yanka A nunca D no. Yanko D. Regulate the use of higher education nomenclature and titles, including university, college, emeritus, professor, doctor, chartered, and related terms. That is project na yen ready e hono. You better read section 8.4D.
Teach them.
You read sections 8.4D. So the commission, the Juma section 8.4D na reading. Or see the commission shall D regulate the use of higher education nomenclature and titles such as college, university, emeritus, professor, doctor. So your commission Juma. So mo be sir. Na commission so sa wo to me say or recalling say wo tanko computer or ma fro say doctorate in fabra. Ampa won fa mai. Na yenko section 36. Na yen read section 36 1 to D. Na yen hwa de. 1D to G near radio. It won't say the tanko computer, it is a criminal offense.
Precisely so.
Then Yanko section 36 1D to G. So already section 36 also a person or who tienye not Yanko 1D. Then it zoom in, let the people read. Zoom in. So it's section 36 1D and then or say a person or who D refuses to comply with the request of information made by or on behalf of the commission. D denies access to relevant records for information made or on behalf of the commission. Denies access to obstruct a person authorized by the commission to obtain information. Provides information which that person knows is false or does not have a reason to believe it is true. Commits an offense. Tanko computer. Some information or the mark commission a false. So he commits an offense.
Exactly.
Why are we not arresting him? That's some judge to work cancel. Say whether PhD or no PhD. Tango computer. Discipline. This is criminal act.
Exactly.
And he must be arrested and prosecuted.
Pound.
And so now bind to so. Until now, your mama, cast 1 second or sister 1 second. Hey. When you remember now, call it for no.
Scam government.
Criminal offense. The tango computer and then fire. A criminal offense. Under section 36 of Act 1023. And so still I know yet your mama so far nyehwe. On pamono. Some judge be endorse no. I catch them for some of whether PhD or no PhD. He's still computer.
Just look at that.
Such disrespect, such arrogance of power.
Exactly.
Copy and paste.
Tango computer must be arrested,
Precisely.
prosecuted,
Exactly.
with his accomplices. Your man a criminal.
Exactly so.
And you make him run and we are a nation of laws.
Pay the law.
Pay the law.
Precisely.
Now, General, you're sorry, now yanka a travel ban on Ghana by the United States. So there is a potential travel ban. So now the United States are banning countries. And they say almost a review 36 countries. 36 countries and Ghana to 16. Nani so Trump administration considers adding 36 countries, including Ghana, to its travel ban. Why and he say wopa America kono. Say Trump the Ghana for kan wa wunya bi nko. Munu yanmo mo ho nsusu wo ba Ghana ontimi nko bio. Donald Trump ade a wo pese wo ye no no. Ani ebusa say na dan wo pese wo ye sa. Dani to America ya wopa ko nya bi nko. America so the heaven on earth. Hey, wonko bi a mo bi nkikan kwase asem nkyerɛ. America nko wo mo ma nko. Wo mo ni so ya Ghana ni nko ade o ma kwan. He said Donald Trump into a na jom forma no dome market and makola for makola for na sa tonkra say ohene de pese ye wo no we can tell no ye cry any ade no and no yes wo sen onyonkon a wo town enti wo mo ye na Wednesday na be ready enti main function next week Wednesday no mo dwadata Until next week Wednesday. May ye na mo aten so tag Traders Association in Ghana. Ono nso afrɛ me. So hene wo ba ye be swat say you know ya baba. Was ye nyina ye be chicha onioma na ka kire general ni Kofi say. Show no mo ba won bia benya 2222. Na mom general de bia mema ne tere kura. Was team na ba ni obechi obi a shoe 22 e ma shoe mema shoe ni ade. Obema obi a 22. Eti Wednesday show ni ye koye ne wo makola. Why? Ye kwa mo so aka mo adwene. Makola for man me ka mo adwene. No mo so ye becha mo nioma ne ade saa. Ti ye gia ne dia Bre Street for. Eti travel ban ne beba. Ni ase da be e de ne si. Na ye wo ha na Donald Trump ko ka asem bi. Na fe ma mi omoku. Dani fatoso. Na ma mi omoku de to so say Ghana is considering. We will also Donald Trump better yanka. Ko come back mommy. At the right time we will take action. Vice President warns of Trump's say US aid. Mad aid to no man na Trump is with him. Ave o musika di biu. Ave yo na Vice President say Donald Trump at the right time we will take action. Yes, you ko come back mommy. Ebe ni wo na wo come back here. Trump in so madam. Ko come back here. Mommy. Enti em so ya na Trump say mo form to asema we aka me punish you. Afa yo wa na honorable John. His Excellency Malam John Yohani. Malam Yohani nso say. And I know South African president wa call America ma Donald Trump Jojo no. Enti ene Trump's unfounded attack on Cyril Ramaphosa was an insult to all Africans. Yes, John. Yohane ne mami o. General. Ohene. Yo ekeka bani o. Ya be bane Ghana for obi antimi nko America. Enti omo ye no. Ana ya sako wie se. Se onu obi wo diplomatic relations. You don't get hostile to yes anypa no. Me ba be ka kire am say ade na okuje to abla kwa ye no. E wo repercussions.
Exactly.
E wo implications bi. Se otimi sori a na wa close wo embassy say because enkrofo ye adwuma ho no MPP 40 ye pay enkrofo akoshe it's matum ma shutting it down on the orders of Amatela ma shutting it down. We don't do that in diplomatic circles.
Precisely.
The moment you shut down your embassy, it is a hostile relationship you have with the hosting nation.
Let them know.
So the host nation for your embassy and your US government. And when you take such actions without having to engage them, whether through note verbals or through proper writings, it is perceived as a hostile relationship you have with them. And I mean, what say Washington for a man be breed, there is evidence to the effect. And go for a break him. Sabesa Kurana or my Nomunya. And Jabaya said, we are serious. Oba ye was what call Lanche, Black Star a year, event in a while. Over some Crawford. Meanwhile, Washington, baby and Crawford, see a black community all over the world. I will introduce a mirror of justice. You can black community all over the world. Okuja Black. America has the largest financial power to come and invest. After Okuja Black, yet was baby and Crawford bet me and Vesa Bakurum. Shutting it down. Uncle 4 come. So a month for visa. 6 weeks, 7 weeks in it. Exactly. 3 months. 1 year, your friends. All because of your recklessness.
My grandma just died in Jamaica. I am devastated. I want to go home for her funeral and I can't because of the Ghanaian embassy in Washington, D.C. I hope this message finds all Ghanaians and especially the Ghanaian embassy. I sent off my passport over 6 weeks ago to the Ghanaian embassy in Washington, D.C. to get my Ghanaian visa renewed. It has now been 6 weeks later and I have not received my passport. I have called the embassy, nobody answers the phone. I have emailed them, nobody answers an email. And when I'm online trying to get an update from their chat representative, they are telling me they cannot help me. You promised, and I paid for a 15 to 20 day service. It is now 6 weeks later. I have emailed you stressing that I have a death in my family and I need to get home, and nobody can give me an update on where my passport is. This is unacceptable.
Where you unacceptable. General, what by brofu nyina ne say. What the visa application akotum. Washington. Why ya ma? If so kuja to say wono na dwene mu no. Wa shutting it down. Time open no baby. What kind of irresponsibility is this and recklessness is this? Is that how governance is done? Because nkofo ye adwuma on perceived to be MPP. Tiasi e pay reason be pamo mu nyina. Nia de ndisi fokubo. Exactly. And then no wo no se manfo ni ntu kwamra. Black communities in the year of return echi wo mo mra. Baby on benya visa so kura no ye. So obi so tua visa fee mawa. Ono wo contractual relationship. And when you are not able to honor that contractual relationship without any proper communication, you have breached the contract. So a breach of psychological contract. And you sit there and this is our foreign minister. And so Kufa the so or can brofuri nyina e kire said obesia your foreign ministry na wait. Washington and when the nam so mad Donald Trump say any 36 countries no but when say Ghana munye serious to the more beka ho to consider no any ma mu ye nyina ma the brand Ghana no in the eyes of the diaspora no never 10 times it imagine say black American be and now say African American be so wamra now we apply for visa now 6 weeks in 7 weeks onyaye most of them communicate here agoja ne papa muni we ni amemu no afem be kan mate o mutu bi ne hwe o ma ye be di matema di kofa kofi paka wo se paka wo mo send usika no a say manya antie say mu di matema ye senem kakra one district one factory wonya bi amambi ese menua no mama munya adwuma Sadiq Adam say wudi matem kakra e ba bedru amambi tuatu so dudu ese adwuma de memmonya bi ayepa on ba jiji ase kotu ni no mu di matem na be sesa de bayi me mesi me bosi me yade na ma ba kura de na me no me am party kura de na me no sata mo bojem so kadachio ye hunu so bida kadachio ene dane hwe mo dia kadachio no kro nya credible mo hwirim nya credible obi onya credible na munya ne voice kasetia na aban ebo munya ne voice o kasetia na aban munya bibo Steve Wonder eti mo amopa America ko no ba bia be na we me yira send me warning o se just Dennis nkwa na ka encourage you ma call on no na abeba ha eso ya assignment na ni adaje abeba ha ma me ka ho fire me huna mani o agoja eti yanya ni amra Sharaf asem so
wo fa se Sharaf Roman father Sharaf
dedi kan agoja bo kofi ayikwadwo shaden bo ojaye ne kakra na ye fam break
hwe ojaye
dani hwe me ne anko ne ade na ngosi hwe
Amo fire vow Amo fire vow Amo fire vow Amo fire vow
Okay. Amo fire. Alright. Baby anye di. Ana mo say dem akoka Sharaf asem. Enti dia bayi. Yanti bida. Boxers ne se dia yi. Ma men kan boxing ho asem. Na sports journalist fo no se dia yi. Ma men kan sports ho asem. Ana morning show fo ne yetwetwe scam mo no. O mo didi katechi atem. Because ma waka Sharaf asem. na Sharaf the moja chen adui na ho ahwan ojonso de crude oil magana kimi yanka oni jomama asem Akufo-Addo badie yebetimi aka wona na mamamuo mu a there is a problem with it na mom se jomama ba ene na mamamuo ni mu a there is no problem with it
precisely
in the picture free so I'm not against or no boy no
never
I am not against him. Let's state that record clear. It's not about the guy.
Exactly.
And make some catch it. No offer. And then neck down. So now, I'm going to say confidence. So, because I'm going to mean no offer. It confidence so buy. And my say when you are bano, Lordina, the men cannot send you. Tomorrow, Lordina, men cannot send for a while. And was I didn't offer see dear by and to me, you know, come make you
Roman father.
and you go confidence. Oh, guys, was even offer that was by you free. You know. And they say no. Confidence soon you are Lordina ne. Ayi we no. Sharaf de. May you more free. Just down microphone and your man no can be school you. Why? Eti nya Sharaf. Na mom na kontane dem uniform enye. John dem uniform. Confidence so e mabio e ma wa kontane uniform enye yi. E so na Malam Yohane do na ebu man. Ti me uniform a. And I know say me nua asafo JNDC kasa. Ono so won so yi president Mahama free na am say na me uniform say. Asafo je. Anti enye yi. Won na ebu man. Ti afi wo mo say. Makobusa say. Sharaf nya sika wai. Na no kura no hwe ye passing comment.
Exactly.
Me ya na me am ka say on ba betwuma da pa. Eti ye nyai. Afa binum so Sharaf ne papa. Ene papa nua na Ibrahim Mahama. No mu was candidate. Na Akufo-Addo de no mo ne busuafo no mbo kube. Kube na no mo bo ansa no mo ba ba mu ahu. Na obi ane na ba ye chief justice. Akufo-Addo na ne papa ye chief justice of the republic. Akufo-Addo edu Akufo-Addo. Who ye chief justice of the republic? Akufo-Addo papa be ye president of the republic. What's the say nipa no mo ni what it takes to open a restaurant?
Precisely.
Tie de make yi hypocrisy be kumo.
Pound for pound.
Mo hypocrisy be kumo.
Exactly so.
Ebebo mo tiri so. And no ye can be tie Akufo-Addo de no because it was wrong.
Precisely.
This whole idea say ye to abama obi a. Dek na na busuafo ne na musa and as a nation we are accepting that nonsense as a norm.
Exactly.
What nation is this? Ya to abama obi. All of a sudden we na Irate foundation. Na why omo opposition who foundation da. Na Irate foundation no. Na ordinary number here private companies so. Mom na me support it. Yes, it is a dream now. Why? When I took home and Mbeka say, I could find a $25 million contract. I'm an ebaso on Conco Penti, a year you were at work. I call I Baba catcher Mose. And you won't know a your contract here. Now your private companies na asona say. What's the mom printer? What buy a month me for a contract in a match? But I no kurano. Me will problem with it. If so your president bar. Now call private individual ho. So ko pay sponsorship. E nyoma mienu. Private individual or interest. It was the who sponsor.
Let them know.
O wianso a wo chena wo munya asem na se be ya aban ne ma against them nti no and wo mo de huhu etitalo oil so be sponsor Sharaf by virtue of Sharaf being in close proximity with the president o mo de huhu be ya ma no so how are we accepting the norm say so be papa be ya president all of a sudden that person can be going around soliciting for funds from it will cost money 2 million Ghana cedi 2 million 5,000 and you are using it as a yardstick because Akufo-Addo yibi
exactly so
ti Sharaf ne na mamemum saden ya Sharaf organize boxing eye kama it boxing for ne say me an kan wasem it is even an affront ade we eyanim guase amamu ankasa as a nation oman ya yetimu a your Ghana boxing authority your sports authority national sports authority your ministry of sports also say Ghana boxing authority national sports authority ministry of sports say huge national institutions omuntimi organize boxing just a Sharaf ne ko organize
hypocrites
Munye correct. So when I say obi use state power and they are building a ma and you're wrong. And they obi use state power and they are building a ma. Yankee anuntu. Oko kanminia Sadiq Adams say you organize it be 2024. One and name say 2024. John Mahama was a potential president. And don't forget, John Mahama has become a president before. and now coming. So by virtue of so even former president in it alone. And on ma ye frɛ bibi a influence peddling.
Precisely.
What is one amoke can say hunu? Say kadechia ko kan de enka bi da. Say Sharaf ye boxing ade no. Waya ade. There's nothing wrong. Me kan kura me ka say nko waya ade. Na so say de na no mo ye no. Ye busa mo the same question. Mo se mo nti bi da. E de na mo nti bi da. Ma timi mutu bi na hwiama no because say Sharaf. Me and my say Sharaf no nye ono ne me target. I'm questioning ye de ye no. Say ya de papa. Ye to ade abama obi a. All of a sudden abusuafo ni awura mamu anim. Yankonkohwe video a President Mahama chire de nti a wosi Bukom Arena. Yankonkohwe. So you will realize that President Mahama ni vision na no ye president won say obama Bukom Arena abeye sports a year boxing for ni nyina be adwuma.
Precisely.
Instead so be use state institutions. Ghana Boxing Authority. Ghana Sports Authority. Now all they build this idea no. Or the neba na lead they build this idea no. And almost me in question. Because they be why are successful? Yes, it is okay. Now a whole sports authority, Ghana Boxing Authority, and the sports ministry, Kofi Adams. Someone to me organize a successful boxing match. And to me for Anthony Joshua Madia. And you most sure wanna Sharaf made the ministry there. Some funu be no. Omi asun kwa didi. Afi omo se mentibida.
Fire them.
Cause a Sharaf. The Kufuado badie. Okobi a restaurant. Ni etwa ntro restaurant here see 6 million wa. Mo ha money twa ntro. Emi agitum. Ya kan am say ampamene mo ya adwene. Kufuado ba no mo ne nama mamuom. If so yes sadia. Yan konko he code of conduct no ono Jomama na nkasa ne ba. E da ne hwehwe Jomama video. A wo ka say de nti osi Bukom boxing arena nie. E say wo ye say wo pese wo promote boxing a. Make an na no ayimi agasa bi no Bukom banku. Ono so abeka bi. Asam na richi. Wa hwa ono wo ka no. Say mre bi obeka so feel me pa. Eti wo ye no wani di matem. Omo maka no de. Ayite policy ni tiri ho se bosompani no odi di matem. Ani asi Joshua Cloth ni ade say ne be hwehwe katechie ni abo no. Anya de ehia ni. Joshua Cloth wo obo boxing nya millions of dollars. Want men fa bia ma me promote Ghana boxing. Na we suko no ma we wo nana na o say wo mra me promote Ghana boxing ma.
What a shame.
What a shame.
What a shame.
Joshua Cloth is one TB da. Ade no so ye per lasting solution. It was China say President Mahama bani ni ho a. Obi antimi promote boxing bio. Ni you use state institutions na ka boxers no mo ho atomo. E dey na make am monte ase. E dey na make am monte ase.
For pound.
Adebe no no.
Coin.
Ni anka no kure wo kure ni musa. Ah? Adebe no no. Dek.
Who is the mohini?
Enra na ye Kufuado ba. Ye nyina kaseti ai. And ye Sharaf. And I'm saying it's not even about Sharaf.
Never.
It could have been me, it could have been General, it could have been anybody.
Precisely.
So it's not about Sharaf.
Exactly.
But it is the idea here to Obama Obia. All of a sudden, ne bush your phone ramuna. Yeah. Also, private institutions and a sponsor. It is Talo Oil. Now, what's Sadiq Adams who free this sponsor? It is Sadiq Adams can say, can you mention correct? Say, no, what Trocrat, I call Talo Oil, on Bema sponsorship for sponsor. And yen free ho for a second. Let's pretend say your mama nye Sharaf papa. Ah, your president. It is Sharaf we Trocrat, I command Talo Oil. I go best sponsor. So by proximity to power, he is using it for other nyoma. Ya kan wasem say you wrong.
Exactly. So
say Kufuado ye nya and ne your mama by ya enye
wrong.
Mosi yanki anuntu.
That's what they know.
Ghana Boxing Authority. Saudi Anthony Joshua beba ya asem ketwa. And ye nyina yenko site ho. Danny, there is a video I made sure said you see Buki Anthony Joshua make appearance. Sometimes what charge even $2 million.
Precisely. So
$2 million.
all the people.
Before so, and I'm going to buy the president free. They go free. Imagine the situation. Appearance fee. Or charges sometimes as high as $2 million.
Exactly. So
I can say, when you use state institutions in Fanya, most of you use state institutions. Yabami Yabalidi. Anya papa. Anthony Joshua one year charity organization. Oh yeah, event na person oba na manfo na ni be di akira. Said oba ye manfo na ni di akira. Nemo munyusu National Sports Authority.
Exactly.
Munyusu Ghana Boxing Authority. Na munya nsem hunu no.
Hypocritical people.
Adebe no. Sharaf so and I know Sadiq Adams who no sports in the core report to say Sharaf no a footballer born wo Bobby way wo Bobby da bay and all of a sudden you champions and you see your boxing coach da or no near babeli na say that be you wrong
exactly
your state institutions in championing say be ya watching say your mama near ban mu still and boxers and mo betomo be can be aboa mu a moment to and am say ndc afra mo nti ya ka mo se dey ya ba hwehwe na ni abo no enye de ehia ni awonde kro na award ba hwehwe ka de chi no ababo no fa koje ai titles bra and I say emresa say me hwehwe ka de chi aye babo na no ehunura me ana ehunura okay, I'm so now you'll be destroyed. Meaning why people are so fixated on being destroyed or being something must be destroyed anyways. Somebody must be destroyed anyways. Why do we live in a world where we feel so self-important? They say, Oba ya wo de Sharaf ne namu a wo tu kwan kora na at the expense of the taxpayer. Na de ne ka hoko. Meka ye na ojaye. Yes, sir. And we are accepting this nonsense. Abaye nya to abama abaye na president baya na ne wo fa ase mebie foundation ne nana mebie foundation ne yire mebie o ya so da bi private institutions na support me. Why they name say private institutions? Because we are closer to power until no musuru support you.
Expose them.
Sharaf no anka say so onye president mama a oye president ba. Wo tworo krata ko ba bi obebua no. So you so ono anka sa ni position no. To intimidate people.
Exactly.
What's a mianka? Yanko code of conduct na president mama. I sure ya de ministers. E wa bra wo no ani so. Yanko go 1.5. Code of conduct. Yanko 0.1.5.
Read it to them.
Ni reading kire wo. It was ministers more involve your families. Which were likely or is likely to conflict. Nema mo di obama families and nema memu. Which is likely to conflict. And when for ya omone wo ba no didi agoro no. Enya oba no mo pe na asem. By virtue of the fact that oba no papa ye president.
Expose them.
It is all kobusa omo bibia. Omo ni say. Cause one former president ba. Watching no. President Mama make can say in all of these dealings on far phone Mfre will be introduced to Nebano. Is that no influence peddling? Is that no influence peddling? Are you not using the state or position as a president to influence some of these things? If you come on Yanka, you come in Madapa. I'm someone come and so on back. And I hear the Sharaf and will be Tiano. But the Sharaf ye they may want to quack. But they are wrong. A good father banner ye and they are wrong. Sakufano so no sin anisu ade hunu se obema creative art na kosoro nya sa etu oba na ne ba no so bua creative art eno mo kaseti ai ene jo mama sin anisu ade hunu se boxing oba ye ne ba na eligi ene de mo so me kasenti mu hwirim
Mr. Dreamer
ade ba no na you read the code of conduct Danny biamu ne read the code of conduct Danny biamu ne read the code of conduct. Now, what your code of conduct, Mama Mfona? Was a conflict of interest may be direct or indirect in nature. Your code of conduct, no. Really? The president, Mama, the ministers, so was a conflict of interest may be direct or indirect in nature.
Precisely.
And may arise due to influence and power of the minister. The minister holds. So the influence and the power of the president is where Talomodi who sponsor neba. Yes, Montiasi, dear Montiasi. Pakawosi, when I make a dear Diasi. Also may arise due to the influence and power of the minister holds, both in his or her sectorial responsibilities as a member of the cabinet. B, may be pecuniary, that is arising the minister's direct financial interest, or non-pecuniary involving a family member or close associate. So, a family member or close associate, it will be perceived as conflict of interest.
Let them know.
We are private individual. May sponsorship. We are private in may sponsorship. And you say we should continue as a nation with this behavior. Is that how we want to build a nation? After being a president to be our bar, the barba could pay BB keke. Well, and you're boxing. Inside now, no, creative art. And then the way the boxing. But I could be a bar. One of the Yanis what to what Chicha draws mama. And so was one woman, one panty. It's private individuals, moment sponsor. I've a more sponsor we are. When you are 10 million, no, the more one see depend more kwakoye. No, keep it the aka. So using state power to build their own children.
Precisely.
And most say no, me I accept it. Because me I am me. How is that I am here?
Never.
President Mahama is so generous. You want to be that. The entire young one is to be done. Say, Obi a former president. Now also buy president. It's even when you're former president, you know, enough to influence some of these things.
Precisely so.
It's your year in 2024. No. Oh, is Adika and Subusa. Sharaf, when you're the President Mahama, and Kawaba also be person that can't. What kind of Korean you know to be our soon going to be? I never know. You can read 1 point. Identify the other one. You reading near rally. Point 1.53. You can go read the rally. What's the interest of family and personal friends? Public perception is critical factor in maintaining trust and accountability. And I'm sure President Mahama, the code of conduct. Also, public perception is a critical factor in maintaining trust and accountability in governance. It is a President Mahama Yahweh say public perception is a critical factor there. What does it send to the public?
Ask him.
I'm sure code of conduct. President Mahama de Troy. It was the Ama ministers. Name one word and the bendiso.
Fire the president.
Above the law.
Or see a conflict may arise if a minister's family member or personal friend that derives or is perceived to derive. So it's not even about deriving, but the perception of deriving.
Exactly.
What President Mahama say? Minister or more family members, a conflict may arise if a minister's family member or a personal friend derives or is perceived.
Educates them.
It's perception in itself is enough. What's the minister's in this? Perceived to derive some personal, financial, or other benefit from a decision or action by the minister or the government. It will be it's not a perception. So we use government, you know. After we see ministers in condition, what kind of country is this? Koto de Nebudge. And until you train Triapia, a track at the Chiadapa. I'm going to Madapa. Monfa intellectual firepower debate.
Exactly. That's what we want.
Monfa yes superior argument.
Precisely.
Na kwasiani abuana baga biganu watetana na ngadipa ntana ngonya dai. Oga masi wenim say didi me matem. Onsia de. Onsia. Ogabi ontremba baga biga kan baga biga sa 16 years. No intellectual firepower.
Angels. Angel ben and obenanti.
Angel ne we nante. Me there, me no na we menua aye dia yi na yi wo ko kan me ho asem na ho ye me hina me mfa course bi na be me mfa course bi ho ahini say wa ko tena odi matam ni ade I won't come in that lane with you koko sua de
precisely
sua na me kan ye no so there be when em border on conflict of interest name my border on this it borders on that it borders on this then you bring another argument I'll bring counter arguments and ye no yes and endek e won sua wo have a bag bigger like you. We've gone past that stage. I am above that nonsense. What I say? It's we me prove ya code of conduct 1.5.3. Now we see interest of family and personal friends. The perception of people deriving the Quran is against the code of conduct. The President Mahama do the mabet me and nemu ministers and manu no more. What kind of country is this? Sharaf, it's got nothing to do with you as a person. Let's get that clear. I don't hate you. Now I see me yupuku. For MPP. That's why I also say you support a good thing. Why does it mean you support a good thing? Mrs. State institutions were what I see usual. My governance here full load. More cheap governance in this country. You accept stupidity. Or in the name of say, Obi a tuaba mobia. The bush and phobia me begumaya de umpibia. Near tuaba momo. Not because you people thought say a problematic. It was because Yaman and Amo benefiting. Tiafa Yamam Kwana made the same to even worse. Eboa. Afi ye did me matter. That time did stop me. Munni muntia. Munya na krokro ni ade no kra ka no beboa mu a chen de moye no ehunahuna Joshua Crotty o se ni din no wontimi mu obia ya no kan for asem kona me yakwan mama yam build institutions Ochina se Sharaf ni ho na President Mahama ni ho boxers in mbe da survive
Sharaf just studying na
Abe me na me kuma mono mo say kikan sem hunu se you if you don't know and you talk about boxing the boxing is ikosubo
aye ne punk sabu
one eye ne punk
Joshua Crotty
me di jai oso kura me aboye the boxers no you get this clear. I'm not against anybody helping you to promote. I'm saying we should use the right channels.
Told them.
Let me go there. Unti ase na so pe Sharaf asemnti and they make sense to you. Abu miaga sama bu awo na no obonyom. Until they make we ase. Na abu dia na unti ase. Yesi abronkuma egu nhire ne kura na etikuma kodu na be so abribra eti amemo ne hyase no de mo ye na be kire se de mbe ya akoto aso na mo kwan mo ma mo wo faase na mo na nanu mu wurewura mu a e be do ba bi o kanka ti obi anfa na semko ewurewura ne de munyai me Sharaf de kura negdan so frame ka me jaika ne mo mehwe mo ho hinti masa betumu nkyene mo obi ewurewura mo pa yetua sika mamu a wo paka wo sema kan san bi na kwa jankwa sesem no mama wo nya sika you say week on week fele so fusku achi be homo ba mo bia di
papa bi
to me bia djuma mama
one district one factory
o say o sorti o mo kadachi 4 years ni ba wo say aka 3 years 4 months e ba wa o
papa bi
ba wa papa amontimi ensomu dia said you nsuo to ye sa na wi abo a won wa wi abo free from da na mo de mo yakufo do tia me ye ma mo kwa ma mo kan kwasesem bia na mo ejoma ama ba darling boy ye makwai bagabiga ye makwai you cannot come to Jawa no necessary Mugabe you know sense necessary
precisely
then now we are first no kwa na nyansa um said na ba chira na obeye o kana chi jai na no kwa nyansa um na go travel sugar na be me dey after all, me no me ni himself ba cook akasa ko jail. Me nko jail wakasa. The difference is clear.
It is clear.
Do nim nyansa ri do nim nyansa na manfo ni. Do ekwasia na do anya kwasia manfo ni nim.
Sapepepe.
Na wo timi di akufo do amemo na tam sa. Me buru akufo do nua nyina okrom a. Satan na emode. And na momo se mo ba after me.
Short memory people.
Me buru akufo do nua wo. And then no can okure. And then me kabiti ajo mama ban me kan okure. I'm going to say no kure wo mo manu mu ana. And I'm going to decide who has credibility or not. And then ba ku bia menua ba ku GF ni bia me hu the video. Was mo se katechi enya credible. Katechi enya relevant. Enso enya akasa ya na mo ho hira mo sa. Wa 1 week o. Asema m kan Saturday. Ni awe mu awe ade enso kwa na passing comment. Omunti ni masha dadi ambulance service dia na to. Yabasaba ambulance service audio ni mo so you see won wo we nkrofo yire on office ni na ni ensa mo omunti mi nkova so masaba you know I have for the records and we'll keep the records going. No fear, never. No intimidation, never. No amount of intimidation never will go us into silence. Me nipa me na wa me nsuru me ko afriba yoko hine agona yoko hine when royal me dey you remember me na me ma me agosu abenu wa no nim say ne ba no kura me ni 20 years say na me say ha adwen no ba nyamo na mo decide if say dey am be hye kura say mo dey ba be say me no eno na be pejama ko do greatness.